Good afternoon. Today we are doing our last objective of this unit. It's our last objective, so that means tomorrow we review. Wednesday is the practice test. Thursday is the real test. So we are finishing up this last unit, or this last objective of this unit, knowing that we will be testing on Thursday. So you need to be reviewing it, making sure you're understanding it. Thank you to my friends who are giving me their attention and not doing goofy other things right now. So let's really focus on our last objective. It is a PO. It is important. They're all important, but those power objectives you have to master. So today we're doing things a little bit differently than what we're doing, but it's still with those proportions. So we are using similar polygons to find missing lengths. So instead of doing stuff in real context, now we're using the polygons. So a similar polygon means that polygons with corresponding sides So similar polygons are polygons with corresponding sides that are, our keyword for this unit, proportional. So even though the side lengths of similar polygons are proportional, the angles are equal. A triangle, for example, will always have 180 degrees, no matter how big or how small. Kaylin?
Correspond is one of our vocabularies.
Oh, lovely. So we really know what it means to be corresponding. So let's look at our two figures below. When solving for unknown sides of similar polygons, here are two ways you can set up a proportion. This is important. So I have friends in the back who are giggling and laughing. This is important. I need you to focus and not distract others. Okay? If we look, we see that there's one rectangle laying on its side, one rectangle standing up tall. We need to figure out what the corresponding sides are. Would this side correspond with this side?
No.
Okay. Polygons can be turned. We need to figure short side, long side. That's what we're looking for. So we have short side corresponds with short side, long side with the long side. So for method one, here's the formula you need. And yes, you're going to want to put these formulas onto your help sheet because you will forget when it comes time for the test. You'll go, wait, how do I do this again? So you're going to want to write them down on your objective page. You're going to want to put it on your help sheet. So method one says long side A over long side B equals short side A over short side B. Notice, similar units are never diagonal. So we have long side, short side, A and B. So they're opposite when you look diagonally. Here we have long side over long side, short side over short side. Our second method, I had to write big so you could see it, but our second method I'm going to do in blue. It would be long side A over short side A And that equals long side B over short side B. So again, when we look diagonally, we have long, short, we have A, B. So looking diagonally, they're the opposite ones. So either method that you use, you get the same answer. Okay. Doesn't matter which method, method A or method 1 or method 2, we'll get the same answer for it. As long as we're remembering, diagonally are going to be the opposites. Long, short, B, A, short, long, A, B. Okay. Diagonally have to be opposites. So, let's see what that means to solve our proportions. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've taught this class multiple times. This objective always messes people up because they forget how to set up the formulas. I need you to stop. Okay? Focus. So, let's look. I'm leaving my formulas here so we can use it for these two. It says solve for the unknown side of the figure, show your work. So you have to show how you are setting it up. Let's look at this first one. I could either do long side over long side, short side over short side, or I could do long side A over short side A, long side B over short side B. Who can help me set up my proportions? Henry, what should I write?
Do 15 divided by 10.
So if I do 15 over 10, that's short. I'm going to label them. This is A, this is B. I have short B over short A. So that has to equal to what?
24 divided by question box.
Because I have the B is on top here, I have to put the B on top here. They can't be diagonal from each other. They have to be opposites. So B is on top here, B is on top here. A is on bottom, A is on bottom. So we're solving for our question mark. Who remembers from our objective 2 times ago? How do I solve this now? Now that I figured out where our numbers go, Will, how do I solve it?
10 times 24 and then divided by 10.
I multiply that diagonal, 10 times 24, and I divide it by the one left on its own. So when it says show your work, I need to see your proportions. And then I need to know what you're multiplying and what you're dividing. What do we get if we multiply 10 times 24 and we divide it by 15? Good? 16. So our missing side is 16. Let's set up the next one. Now we have, how am I going to set this one up? I have a number and a question mark, and then I have 2. Oh my goodness. All my sides don't have corresponding numbers. How do I do this, Jude?
Would you do 25 over question mark and then
Because again, this would be A, this would be B.
and then you would do 12 over 15.
Is that how I should set up my equation? First thing, my first question is, Jude didn't use the 24 at all. Is that okay? Yeah, that was extra information because there's nothing on that corresponding side. I'm not going to use that 24. I only need to use 2 sides. If they gave us something here I could choose to use those corresponding sides, or I could say, nope, I'm gonna use the top corresponding sides. You only have to do two sides. Now, did Jude set up his equation right? So I see the long B over the short A. And then I see 12, which is the, sorry, this was long A. Then I see short A over long B. No, short B. So what was my one rule with both methods? What's the rule? Maddie?
Diagonal is both.
So
A's and B's can never cross.
yeah, A's and B's can never cross, shorts and longs. You have to be opposite. Here, I have B and B. I can't have B and B going diagonally. I can't have long and long going diagonally. We've got the longs and the shorts right, long to short, but I have a B to a B. I can't do a B to a B. I have to do the B to the A. So I need the short A to the short B. So I would need to set it up this way. Okay, so diagonally, you have a long and a short, you have a B and an A. Same thing with the other diagonal. That makes sense? So what our proportion would be is 25 over question mark equals 15 over 12. So what is our question mark? Remembering, we multiply diagonally and divide by our last number that's by itself. So 25 times 12 divided by 15. What do I get, Grayson? 20. So our missing side is a 20. What's the one quick check that we can do to give us an idea if we're on the right path? I know that 12 is smaller than 15. So my answer is going to, that question mark has to be smaller than 25. What's another way we can check to make sure our answer is correct? Lucas.
You find out let's say how much bigger 12 is to 15, 12 divided by 15 divided by 12 is you figure out what you would do, what you would multiply by 12 to get 15, and you do the same to figure out if that's correct.
So I could just say 12 to 20, 15 to 25. If they're proportionate, when I divide it, I should get the same decimal, right? 12 over 20, 15 over 25, I should have the same decimal because they are growing proportionately. That's your way to check, did I line up correctly? Do I have opposites in the diagonal spots? Lucas?
Didn't you also do that just to figure out the answer? I did 12 divided by 15 got 0.8, and I did 25 times 0.8 and got 20. Didn't you just do that for the answer?
You could. But I want you using the methods so we understand it. And you have to show the work. Why do we go through extra steps when we do our homework? Owen? So we don't make the mistakes. And because math always builds on itself. And I want us to know the steps now, so when we get to more complicated math, we completely understand it. Okay, so it's showing that we're understanding the concept. So let's look at our second page. we have our triangle. I have lots of numbers and one question mark. Do we have to do all three sides? Emerson, why are you saying no, 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 no?
Because you only have to use two of them.
Yeah, we, in our proportion, we only have to use the two. Doesn't matter which sides we use. It does a little bit. What side do we have to use? The question mark. You have to use the question mark. Then, as long as they are corresponding sides, you could do 14 and 7, or you could do 8 and 4, but they have to be corresponding sides. Now, be careful. Some of our polygons don't line up right away, right? We have to say, ooh, which side corresponds with which side? I might have to rotate to match my sides up. I'm obviously not going to match the question mark up with the 63 because this is a short side. This is definitely not a short side. So you want to match up your corresponding sides. So that's the first thing, is find out which sides are corresponding. And then which two sides are you going to use to solve for your unknown side. So our directions, same direction. Solve for the unknown side of the figure. Show your work. So I want you to use the method. Okay, you're going to do the decimals to check it at the end. Use the method and line it up. Make sure you're lining up your numbers correctly. Long over long, short over short. Okay. Make sure that we're understanding how to line them up. Then you do have to answer this question about last Christmas. Mr. Schultz built a life-size statue of himself and gave it to his wife as a present. She thought it was creepy, so Mr. Schultz built a second statue that was 2/5 as big as the first one, thinking that it would only then be 2/5 as creepy. Still creepy. The original statue is 72 inches tall. How tall is the second statue? You need to find that. So if you need to draw pictures to help you figure out how to do that, do your review questions at the bottom. Grayson.
Can you keep the phone up there so I don't forget it?
So the formula should be written down on your page, on the first page.
Oh.
You should have them written down. You can write them again on the second page so you don't have to keep flipping back and forth. So those methods, you could rewrite it so you don't have to go back and forth between the pages. Any other questions on today's assignment? So I'm going to say it again because it is this important for us to know. I would like everybody to put their pencils down. Eyes on me. So pencils and calculators are down. Eyes are on me. I need to know we are all doing this. Pencils down. Eyes are on me. This objective gets people every year. Eyes are on me. I need you to really stop and think about how to line it up using those methods. I need you to go back and check your answers. Set up your fractions, make sure they're proportionate, that when you divide them, you get the same decimal. If you're not getting the same decimal, it means you didn't line them up correctly. Let's see if eyes are on me. Let's see if we can get everybody to pass this objective the first time. It will be the first time that has happened for me. So that is my challenge to you. To really, we've got half an hour, plenty of work time. Plenty of work time to really make sure you understand what you're doing. And then when it comes time for the test, pencils are down. When it comes time for the test, I want us to really be in the habit of doing the work and checking our answers. So, pencils are down. I want us to take this seriously, make sure we know what we're doing, asking questions if we need it. We have plenty of work time. take this seriously. Make sure you have a help sheet and you write it out on the help sheet. Because I'm telling you, every year I have people bombing this objective because they forget how to do the method. Second thing, math packets are due tomorrow. So when you are finished with the assignment and you still have your math packet to do, get your math packet done. Asking me questions if you have them. I am here to help you today. I will not be at your house tonight to help you. I have my own life. So if you have questions, ask it now. If you're done with that, you're working on Khan Academy. If you finish with that, you're working on Math Masters. It is not social time. I do not want to see people walking around the room, goofing around, out of their desk, being loud, being silly. This is math class. Let's treat it as math class. If you are listening to this at home, I hope you are well. I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day.